Welcome back. This is the time of year when young athletes start training programs for football and other sports. That means kids are at risk for concussions during practice and games. Mark Lovell is a neuropsychologist with the U.S. ski team. He's also CEO of Impact, which has created a test to track brain function in young athletes. And Krieger probably needs no introduction, since she's not only from the area, but she's been on everybody's televisions as we watch the Women's World Cup soccer finals. She's back now and promoting concussion awareness. Thank you both for joining us. How are you?
Great. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have you come back down to earth yet?
A little bit. It's been a bit overwhelming, but yes, this is nice, and to talk about the team and what we did overseas is amazing, and people are now aware that we do have an amazing women's soccer team.
You absolutely do. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Mark, let me turn to you. Concussions. This is something that has grown in awareness during the last couple of years. A lot of the attention has been on professional athletes, the NFL in particular, but it's something that impacts young athletes at a far greater rate than professional athletes, correct?
Absolutely. In fact, we know that children are most at risk for concussion, and people may be surprised to learn that girls are actually at somewhat elevated risk compared to boys.
And why would that be?
We don't know completely the answer to that yet, but we do know in sports such as soccer, where the rules are the same and the equipment's the same, that girls have a higher rate of concussion than boys do. So it's not just a boys' problem.
Ali, you came through the local school programs here, and this is something you've been doing since you were a little girl. When you were going through it, was there an awareness that this was a problem? Did that awareness seem to increase as time went by?
I've been around the game for about 20 years now. It sounds so long, but when I was younger, I wasn't so familiar with the concussion testing, or that this was a huge problem. But now, that I've become professional, and with the U.S. national team, we actually did take the impact test, in which, they considered that very important to see, get a baseline of where we were for concussion testing. I think that's very important now. So we do need to drive awareness, education, and screening, because, during these, the sport it's very important.
I want to talk about that impact test. Tell folks exactly what that is and the kind of information that you're going to be collecting and providing to schools across the country.
Okay. The impact test is about a 20-minute computer-based test that measures things like memory, reaction time, cognitive focus, and it also asks the athlete about their symptoms. And what we do is get a baseline before they're injured. So if they are injured, we can compare to themselves, the athlete to themselves, when they were in a healthy state. And that really is the best information in terms of us diagnosing and managing the injury.
And this is information that has been woefully non-existent, hasn't been kept track of over the years.
Yeah, and it's just really taken off over the last, I'd say, 2 to 3 years. And as you said, a lot of it's been driven by professional sports, but the athletes we're most concerned about are kids.
Should kids, I have a young son, he just finished playing flag football, and I hear a lot of parents talking about these issues, and I hear a lot of parents who are almost afraid now to let their kids get involved in contact sports. Ali, what do you say to those parents who might be reluctant to let the kids go out there?
You never know what could happen, and you never, the expectations of actually getting a concussion are, you're not sure, you don't know. So allow, your kid to live and play sports and be happy and have fun. And then, if that happens to be an issue, or, your son or daughter, gets a concussion, then I think you need to be aware and then take the proper, next steps to solve that issue. But, don't prevent your kid from playing a sport because you're afraid that they're going to, have a concussion, or, it's going to be detrimental to, their health. I think that's, important to let your kid, do what they want and be happy and include themselves.
Mark, let's talk about, you guys are working with Dick's Sporting Goods on a number of fronts. Let's talk a little bit about one of the things that parents can do to help in this effort. One of the things is simply going to Dick's and buying athletic shoes there.
Absolutely. Dick's has really stepped up and is donating essentially a lot of money to make this baseline testing available to up to 1 million kids nationally. And so they've really supported this, and they're doing a great deal to educate parents, athletes, coaches, everybody who's involved in sports. And this program is really just taking off now, so I would encourage people to go to Dick's website and the PACE component of the website to look at that.
We have information, we'll put it up on screen now, about the awareness campaign through Dick's and some of the things that you can do that we were just talking about. Also want to mention that, Allie, folks can meet you. You've got a meet and greet event today at 3 p.m., I believe, at the Dick's located in town. Oh, no, in Gaithersburg.
Gaithersburg,
yes,
yes,
at Washingtonian Center from 3 to 6 p.m. Got to ask you, in the finals, which were just so exciting for all of us, and you had the big play there in the game, in the match against Brazil.
Right.
Tell me how it felt to just be going through the whole experience.
You know, you wish your entire life to play at the highest level and to be a part of a World Cup, let alone a World Cup final. And you work your entire life for that opportunity. So it was very exciting, amazing experience, overwhelming, you know, and then to have family and friends there to watch and be a part of that as well was also a dream come true.
Yeah, when we were watching the match against Japan, I remember watching it thinking, you guys have to be exhausted at this point. You've been on the road, you've played so many games in such a short period of time. Did that factor in, do you think?
Yes, you're correct. You know, we were obviously tired. We played two 120-minute games, you know, extra overtime and in the overtime. And I credit our fitness trainer, Don Scott, who did an amazing job because, you know, we felt very fit and we were one of the fittest teams in the tournament. And, you know, we were just running on adrenaline at that point, so I don't think that crossed our minds.
Well, congratulations, as you well know, everyone here across the country, but here in particular with your connection here was very excited about all of it. We were all glued to the TV. And thanks for coming in. Thanks for calling in during that period. Yes, and for both of you for addressing this concern when it comes to concussion, something that we're learning more and more about. Very important for folks to know. Go to our website, myfoxdc.com. We've got the information on the meet and greet with Allie, and we also have we will connect you to the Dick's Sporting Goods website so you can get all the information about Impact and the like. Thank you both. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Allison, back to you.
Tony, thanks. Well, if you are heading to Boston anytime soon, you may encounter a new security